Hi everybody, it's me, Gwendolyn Cookin. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are harvesting tomatoes and making sauce. I have several bags of frozen tomatoes in the freezer that I will be taking out to add to this sauce project. And I'm picking some I'm picking some basil from the garden, and we harvested garlic earlier, and I have some of that I'll be using, and let's see, possibly some onions, possibly some peppers. There's just a lot of different sauces you can do, and because I have so many different types of tomatoes, I want to make some specific sauce types. Like, I want to just do some yellow ones, I want to do some of the Cherokee tomato colored ones, and I think though I might possibly mix the orange ones with the yellow ones. I'm not sure, but I have some pint jars and I have some quart jars. So let's get started and we'll see where it takes us. The thing about the rain is that it will want to split those tomatoes. So we have to kind of go through here and get what's left. We've already taken one basket up to the house, and I am going to go through here and do some more fine tuning. It's been a big year of tomatoes. And then we'll leave some tomatoes also for like shish kebabs and stuff. The beautiful yellow one. Oh, that one wasn't so good. There's one. So beautiful.
Mom, you have a lot of tomatoes.
I know. That one's not any good. I was hopeful. That one's not any good either. And that one either. Some are just not very good. A perfect tomato.
Infected somehow.
Okay, Mark said that's not any good, so we're not taking it.
It's infected.
These are some of the basils that I wanted to actually harvest, so I can use that in the sauce. That will keep growing. And put that stuff, and this one, and this one. And I think there's another one hiding in here. No, I was wrong. But some here, and here, and here. I mean, I grew it specifically so that I could use it in my sauces. Yeah. Not this one's Thai basil. I don't want to take that one. We still have some here and here. And then also down here in my medicinal garden section. Oh, very nice. Oh, very nice. Maybe a little bit more back in there. All right, let's go to the kitchen. So they've been washed, the lids and the bands, ready for some heat. And the jars have also been sanitized, and we will keep them warm. So with the lids, it will come up to a boil, and then I'll just keep it on simmer. Have some pans getting ready, a big pot, and here it is. My frozen tomatoes that are starting to thaw that we will be using today. Some more things from the garden to be used. This is going to be the magical tool that I will use for our sauce. It is a meal. I use it with my applesauce, and here we will be using it on the tomatoes. We have this basket of beautiful tomatoes, and we have this basket of beautiful tomatoes. These were freshly harvested today. And then of course there are these beautiful produce that we can use. The onions and some pepperoncinis and some other peppers, and I don't know, maybe I'll even slip in some of that zucchini. When I put these beautiful tomatoes to the freezer, I actually separated out most of them, so I'm just going to keep with that, and we're going to start with washing off the yellow ones and the orange ones and the Cherokee tomatoes. These are the yellow. So what's happening is my tomatoes are frozen, starting to soften up a little bit, and when the hot water hits it, the skin wants to come off. It's just wonderfully helpful like that. So I am going to go ahead and squeeze the skin off and get them into a pot, and actually I'm going to cut that little head out of there too, and then get them into the pot, and then we're going to start cooking them. And I want the water to come out. I don't really want to start mixing it a whole lot, because I'm going to put it through that mill that I was talking about and showed you earlier to make a thicker sauce. And the water I will hold back, because I'd like to from the tomatoes, because I'd like to actually try some stewed tomatoes this year, so that I have some chunky stuff to put into like stir fries or whatever, and not have to just have the runny wonderful sauce. This is the Cherokee red tomato that we're going to have as its own sauce. It is a very deep red color with some nice green coloring in here. And it's the same process where it's frozen, So we're gonna get those skins off. Yellow. Cherokee. Oh, look at that water. That is what we're going to be dumping off. Yes, indeedy. See that? Mm-hmm. Then we'll just have the good pulpy pulp. Now this is my basket. Look at all of that color. Oh, it's so exciting. So these are the orange. And This is like a yellow, but it's orange. I mean, I could call this one yellow, but the yellow actually is more of a round type of thing. And then these are all kind of ripply. Even that one that's not too big. It just has those indention ripply things. So we're gonna do a little sorting. Here's some more Cherokee. And like my husband reminded me, we want to leave some for eating too. So I'm gonna have to be selective here, but I will be freezing my, these are San Martino, the Romas. So I want to freeze those. So I still have San Martinos frozen in the freezer, but this is totally exciting. This is gonna go really fast. So let's get going. So I'm gonna start pouring off liquid, and I'm gonna save it into a great big bowl. So now I'm going to be cutting the yellow tomatoes. I'm not going to take their skin off. This is one of the things that will come off in the mincer. Okay, so these were freshly picked today. The other ones were frozen. So, you know, gotta do a little work. Well, we're moving on. I went ahead and did the Cherokee tomatoes. I minced them out in the mincer, and it looks great. And I'm starting in on the yellow ones right now. You can see that I kind of drained it off a little bit, and over here I am draining off some more. And then behind me down here is the rest of them, and that is the water pour off. And then over here, there's not much color difference, but those are the orange ones. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what's going on. So this is the Cherokee stuff. It's nice and thick. It's really nice and thick. There's nothing in it yet except for the Cherokee tomatoes. And then these are those yummy, like strange looking ones. I just got them here. I've dumped off water a couple times. And we have some of our aromatics ready to go in. Let me show you how thick this liquid is too. It's not as thick as once it's been like through the seed mill, but it's getting there. And there's some liquid in there, but like I did here, I kind of like poured some of this from the pot into here so it's strained a little bit. And now I'm going to get it into this. So, let me show you. Oh, that's nice, that's nice. just about ready to begin canning. And here I have citric acid. You need to make sure your canned stuff has enough acidity in it to keep it safe. And it says I'm supposed to add 1/4 teaspoon of the citric acid per pint, and we're gonna do these as pints. And I'm also going to add some herbs and some garlic, and I think maybe a piece of onion and some salt and pepper. Okay, let's go. So I got it all together here. Got the last of it done. I managed to put the last of that pot of the tomatoes through the mincer, and I got rid of the skin and the seeds and made it very thick and filled up the jars. It all looks so beautiful. Let's check this out. Ooh, almost ready to boil. And we'll do that for a little bit more than 10 minutes because they're pints. These should be at least 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Tomato, tomato, tomato. I also have a lot of these big, beautiful tomatoes left over. But I'm going to save that for another day. Maybe I'll freeze them. Maybe we'll just eat them. Maybe I'll make tomato juice. We'll see. I finished up this canning with these beautiful things, and oh, did you hear that? Poppy pop. And I already pulled them out, and I have the rest of the stuff going on inside of the canner. And this is the runoff when I was pouring it out of the pots that the tomatoes were cooking in. And I have the jars right here that I'm going to put it into, and here we go. Here's the rest of the other stuff. I finished up the last of the tomato batch. I had 4 of those different tomato things that I was working on, and so the 4th one is in there in a larger jar, and there's 2 smaller jars, but as soon as it goes up to a boil, we're going to time it out. And then these, actually, because it's just tomato juice, I am going to just put them into the oven and let them sit for a few hours, and then turn the oven off, and in the morning they should be done. And look at what my husband did. How beautiful. He came in to my rescue because it's time to make dinner, and he totally did the dishes. Oh, I am such a lucky woman. This will be more for drinking. Tomato juice. Possibly for mixed drinks. Bloody Marys. I've only had them a couple times in my life, but you know, this is another way to use your tomatoes. Make your tomato juice. Hi, honey. Tomatoes, garlic, green peppers, and onions. those are from the garden. And then of course we have some yummy beef that's been marinating in a special marinade from Fred Meyer. More like a teriyaki thing, but I first added baking soda to the cut of meat, which tenderizes it quite well. But this is just how we use our produce from the garden. Well, both things are almost done. The canning and the dinner. That's a little later than usual. We usually eat around 6 o'clock. So hey, it was a busy day at the Koken house. Wonderful. It was a beautiful day at the farm, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We did harvesting, we did processing, and then we canned it, and then we made a dinner, and oh my goodness, thank you for coming along. It was a lot of fun and so important to do. You spend all that time making everything, growing everything, you might as well preserve it so you can use it and enjoy it. It's a blessing to have your own produce, and if not your own produce, please go check out those farmers markets because they work really hard too and want to share their bounty. It's a wonderful world we live in, and the more we share, the happier we are. Thank you for watching, everybody.